The woman, while buying groceries, was shocked to find her husband with his mistress. However, by the time she paid, both had disappeared without a trace. She immediately grabbed her groceries and rushed out to search for them. She scanned the area but couldn't find her husband. The woman thought that she must have misperceived what she saw, so she called her husband to confirm. She learned that her husband was on a business trip out of town. Only then did the woman put her doubts to rest. But little did she know that immediately after hanging up the phone, the man immediately assured his mistress that once their son's college entrance exam was over, he would divorce his wife. Just as he was driving off with his mistress, the wife just happened to spot them. Realizing that the man had just lied to her, her heart was filled with indescribable sadness. After returning home, she had intended to call her husband to confront him, but considering that her son had only 1 week left until the college entrance exam, and not wanting family conflict to affect him, she decided not to confront her husband for the time being. Suddenly, she received a phone call from a supplier. The woman learned that her husband had been withholding payments from the supplier for 6 months. The supplier, intent on collecting the overdue payments, planning to make a scene at their corporate partnership site the next day. Hearing this, the woman quickly tried to calm the supplier down, then changed her clothes and prepared to go to the company to take a look. Unexpectedly, at that moment, the nanny ran over to inform her that her elderly, dementia-afflicted mother-in-law had gone missing. The woman had no choice but to put the company matters aside and go look for her mother-in-law. She searched everywhere but found no sign of her. She called her husband in a panic to inform him. Her husband scolded her over the phone. When he arrived, he gave her a hard slap. He accused her of not taking proper care of his mother. The nanny tried to intervene, but the man pushed her aside. Only then did the woman see the true, hypocritical nature of the man. She confronted the man about his earlier lie, claiming he was on a business trip, when in fact he had been secretly dating his mistress. Upon noticing a hint from his mistress, the man immediately stepped forward and restrained the woman, demanding that she kneel and apologize to the mistress. Because the mistress had helped his company establish ties with a major corporation, if she offended her, the collaboration could fall apart. At that moment, the missing old woman ran over, pushing the man who was bullying the woman aside. Only then did the woman narrowly escape a calamity. The mistress figured that since everything was out in the open, there was no need to wait until their son's college entrance exam was over, and insisted that the man divorce his wife immediately. The man also wanted to obtain the new cosmetic formula that the woman had developed. Upon hearing this, the mistress devised a plan. After returning home, the man took out the divorce agreement deliberately to anger the woman, and then he went back to the room with his mistress to pack his bags. But in reality, he was heading to the safe to steal the woman's formula. However, they did not know that the chairman of the major company they hoped to attach themselves to was actually the woman's senior. Her senior was very impressed with her R&D capabilities. Over the years, she had frequently called to invite the woman to partner in launching a cosmetics company, but the woman had always politely declined, just so she could take care of her mother-in-law and raise her child at home. But now that she had seen her husband's true nature, and considering that after her son's college entrance exam, she wouldn't have to be a housewife anymore, she proactively called and agreed to partner with her senior, and she revealed her husband's infidelity. Her senior promised to help her reclaim everything that belonged to her. When the woman arrived at the site of the partnership signing, the man tossed the divorce agreement at her, demanding her signature. Because the mistress's cousin was the